Thank you, Dan. Hopefully you can hear me okay.
Yep, all good.
Fantastic. Let me try and share my screen. I do have a bit of a presentation, but we'll try and keep it short as much as possible. Is the screen visible just now?
Yeah.
Perfect. So first of all, thank you. And I've been listening to some of the presentation before this as well. So really insightful, some of the work being done around utilizing data. I think I just noticed the presentation before Sarah. I think there are lots of synergies specifically in how we are also utilizing data in Coastr, but more of that in a few minutes. So just to introduce Coastr, first of all, and before that, myself, I'm Biswajit Kundu Roy, I'm the CEO and founder. Coastr is a mobility company based out of Edinburgh and with offices in Bangalore in India as well. We are about 3.5 years old, rapidly growing, and our focus is on vehicle rentals and providing a technology innovation into the mobility sector, especially focusing on utilizing connected mobility and artificial intelligence in our approach. Before I go into a bit more further about the team, etc., that we do have a short video which might give out a bit more detail about who we are. So I'm going to just play this. Hopefully the audio is good enough.
If you wish you had access to better technology to manage and grow your business, you aren't alone. 90% of car rental companies struggle with complex, non-integrated technology that hinders efficiency and growth. For the first time, Coastr brings you an AI and telematics-powered technology to solve all your rental worries. Our mission is to transform the car rental business by making it automated and future-ready, and use seamlessly connected technologies and data-driven insights to digitize operations like never before. Our breakthrough is an all-in-one software that combines booking and fleet management, enables automation through IoT, reduces insurance costs by measuring driving patterns with AI support, and connects you to new customers through a user-friendly app. Our innovative car rental software is unique. It is cloud-based and can be accessed from anywhere. Its easy-to-navigate dashboard lets you be in control of your business in real time. The AI-powered software uses real-time data from telematics and market trends to manage vehicle scheduling and pricing in response to inventory changes and demand. This increases fleet utilization and maximizes revenue. You can now reduce your costs significantly through Coastr's cutting-edge technology. From reducing overheads with automated fleet scheduling, to avoiding breakdowns through our timely service and repair alerts, Coastr will help you make cost-effective decisions for fleet acquisition and inventory planning. Additionally, its OEM partnerships give you access to discounted vehicle acquisition solutions. Our advanced analytics will offer you real-time customer, vehicle, and business insights to let you make better decisions and be on top of your costs. Sit back and relax as our state-of-the-art security system protects your business against theft and breakdowns through vehicle immobilization, 24/7 vehicle tracking, and driver usage monitoring. Watch customer satisfaction levels spike with usage-based insurance that keeps you ahead of the competition. The Coastr SaaS platform helps reduce insurance costs by connecting you to insurance providers who utilize vehicle usage data for reduced premiums. Coastr is the only solution that prepares you for the future of car rentals.
I'll probably stop at that. It goes on for another 30 seconds. But hopefully that provides a good overview of what the Coastr technology is and effectively what we are trying to achieve. So going into a bit more detail about who we are and what our vision is. So Coastr, as I mentioned earlier, we are kind of a 3.5 years old company based out of Edinburgh. Our vision is really to drive more technology innovation into the car rental and mobility sector and also create more access to SME market through this intermediation. And I'll talk about that important point in a few minutes. But more effectively, in terms of the product that we are building this platform as a ecosystem platform, which means we are not only building features and capability for our customers, the users, but also looking at partnerships that we can work with to really connect them into our platform. So the data and the functionality and the processes are end to end, and that ultimately leads to end-to-end digitization in the rental industry. In terms of the team that we have, it's a very well established and kind of dynamic team, and we are sort of distributed between the UK and India. So a part of the kind of sales, marketing, and product team is based out of the UK, whereas a lot of our technology and engineering and some of other operational teams are based out of Bangalore in India, which is housed and led by Rishabh. Lee is our head of sales and partnerships. Vishnu leads our product team, and Natasha our head of marketing. In addition, we also are supported by industry experts. So Neil, for example, is our car rental advisor. He used to be the former MD of Hertz UK. So, almost 30 years of background and experience from the rental industry that he brings into the team, both from a product SME as well as a market and business strategy advisor. In addition, we have George and Michael, who are our two non-execs, again, helping to provide a lot of years of experience, both in technology and business strategy. Finally, to call out a few of our latest kind of, just to mention some of the achievements in the market. So one of the few things we are really proud of is we were featured in CBS News last year in November, where they did a piece of a kind of interview with me and about Coastr, where we talked about our vision for the car rental industry and how the Coastr platform is going to shape up the mobility and innovation in this sector. So that has been a huge success in promoting and kind of helping us put our brand out there and our vision out there into the market. In addition, we have been receiving a lot of kind of recognition from the industry as well. But more importantly, in the interest of staying ahead in innovation, we have won a couple of R&D grants last year. One from Scottish Enterprise, which was a smart R&D grant to help us develop our on-demand usage-based insurance solution. And the other one was from Innovate UK, which was to deliver what we call as the contactless rental model, which utilizes connected cars or connected vehicles technology and mobile technology to deliver a kind of a fully contactless model for our users and customers. In addition, we are formulating a lot of partners already. As you can see on the right-hand side, we have partners starting from OEM partners to technology providers who could connect us or provide us with that connectivity to OEMs, to telematics partners, to payments, accountancy, and also some market partners like Nexus, who we are looking to work with on helping them really have a more in-depth aggregator model and better vehicle fulfillment for their customers. In addition, we are also working with Willis Towers Watson on currently developing our on-demand insurance solution for the rental industry. In terms of what we are really trying to achieve as a team is, and sometimes some of it goes back to my own experience as a user of car rentals, is some of the friction I've faced as an end user over the past few years has really resulted in kind of looking at why those are manifesting. And as we looked at in more detail, we realized that the innovation or kind of the technology landscape in the car rental industry has been very slow to speed up or utilize some of the advancements that are happening in terms of utilization of AI and IoT. Although some of the technology has been there forever, it's just been too fragmented and never been utilized. So one of the first things we did back in 2018 2018 or 2019 was just went and spoke to a huge number of car rental operators, spent a whole lot of time trying to understand their business, understand their objectives, understand the data and processes. And on the back of that, we really kind of identified some of these huge issues, which were around, high insurance cost, high fleet acquisition cost, but on a more operational level, lower fleet utilizations because a lot of things are done manually, and also the competition or big barriers to entry for the smaller SME market when it comes to competing against the big players. And obviously all of that kind of poor technology led to hugely inefficient manual operations where rental operators were spending up to 3 to 4 hours just doing vehicle checks or tracking payments or trying to make sure that their vehicles are roadworthy. And what we have done in the Coastr platform is just taken all of that information out of spreadsheets and multiple systems, put them on a single platform, and we utilize that to start creating automated processes or intelligent alerts, which saves valuable time for the operator so that they can focus on delivering a better customer experience. In addition, on the customer side, some of those result in like poor, clunky customer experience, limited choice, because again, it's very hard to spot the local car rental business. Typically, an average user will always go to the big players because they're easy to find. And then the industry suffers from lack of transparency around pricing, how insurance is so missold sometimes to them, and some long waiting queues, etc., because the whole process is not digitized enough. So on those aspects as well, the Coastr solution really helps even the smaller operators provide a digital experience to the customer through a combination of mobile technology, connected cars, technology like keyless entry, and obviously kind of the vast advancement of kind of analytics capability on our platform. So all that kind of leads to the two-sided digital car rental ecosystem platform, which is effectively what Coastr is. And what we have delivered is an advancement on the current market offering. So a lot of our operators or customers today would use these technologies, in silos. They would have a booking and scheduling system. They would use telematics separately. They might use a accountancy platform to understand their cash and manage the cash, a very fragmented payment gateway, etc. What we have done in Coastr is not only we provide them, but we provide all of those features in a more connected, cohesive environment in a single one-stop shop platform. And in addition to that, what we have additionally brought features like using the data. We are working on our own on-demand data-driven fleet insurance, which looks at some of the driving and usage data from the telematics, but also a lot of the operational data from the system, which was previously in spreadsheets. And we start to bring them together. It creates a really holistic understanding of what the operator is trying to do. And at the same time, there's an element of proactive aspect to that as well, where using the same information we can help improve kind of the standards and best practices within the operator's process at the same time. In addition, again, one of the best things that our customers talk about is access to really innovative technology at a price which is in other cases would be very unachievable for them, because we are a software as a service platform. What we tend to do is using a very flat kind of type of pricing, we innovate on their behalf so that we are able to fix their technology cost. At the same time, we are constantly innovating on their behalf to provide things like biometric KYC, the keyless entry aspect, which I talked about earlier. And all of that kind of benefits the customer through improved fleet utilization, better risk management, where they can really understand and monitor vehicles as well as accidents, which I'll come to in a minute, and then cost reduction by improving their kind of maintenance of the fleet, but also reducing disputes by having a better damage reporting process. And in future, we are delivering the insurance solution into the market, which will then significantly aim to reduce their cost of insurance as well. Just a quick glimpse of how the AI and the IoT come together. So this is a quick snapshot of the Coastr's fleet dashboard, where we are just showing one vehicle here because it's the test data. But in effect, what you can see or imagine is this is where a operator can see all of their vehicle and really understand usage. So to explain what you're seeing on the screen, this is a single vehicle.
Biswajit, you'll have to share your screen again. We lost it.
Oh, have you? Sorry. Let me try and do that. Is this viewable now?
Yep.
Cool. So I'll repeat some of that again for everyone's benefit. So this is a quick snapshot of the Coastr's fleet dashboard, which a lot of the operators use on a day-to-day basis to kind of understand and manage their fleet. So what you are seeing effectively is one vehicle, but obviously a lot of operators will have either hundreds or thousands of vehicles. But it starts to bring together kind of either on a fleet level or an individual vehicle, how they have been used over the past 24 hours. And I go back to some the kind of the last session where we are talking about with, I think Brian was talking about, monitoring usage, monitoring driving behavior. So this is how we look at usage and track usage through either the telematics in the vehicle, or as in some cases we also utilize the native kind of OEM APIs through one of our partners called Smart Car. And all of that data then starts to provide the operator real-time understanding of how their vehicles are being used. And you can see the immobilization button in there. That is a huge benefit or improvement in the car rental sector that we have built in, because from a risk management perspective, in fact, there have been several cases where we have worked with our customers and the police to actually prevent vehicle theft. And this is quite a unique feature, which is typically very less available in this market, but we have brought that in almost seamlessly in the hands of the customer, because now without any assistance, they can just look at what's going on in the vehicle. If they perceive a theft, they can actually immobilize the vehicle and help or go and retrieve that vehicle to avoid that costly insurance fine later on. So those are kind of the things we are utilizing the connected mobility platform for, or the technology for. In terms of the AI, the data then gets utilized for several other things, one of them being the insurance. And this is where our intelligent data-driven insurance is being built, where we look at not just the driving usage or the driver behavior and the vehicle usage, but also other information in the system, things like the booking data, and the customer demography information. Also, we look at vehicle servicing history, etc., claims history. All of that now we have it in one place, which allows Coastr to start to build insights, which would be important for insurance companies to provide more usage-based type of insurance. And that's kind of a huge game changer for this industry, because especially if you are from car rentals, especially you know that the insurance has been a huge barrier to even some of the smaller rental companies from growing, and it has been a huge cost burden in the past. So that's kind of some of the things we are working on. Now, going forward or looking forward, the three main things I would say Coastr is focused on are, one of them is sustainable mobility. So again, we have done all the hard work in digitizing processes, and we are looking at how we can help our users really adopt those, so that increasingly, car rentals are notorious for use of paper or paper-based processes. We want to really drive 100% digital processes. That's our goal. And I think in the next kind of 5 to 6 years, we'll be able to get them to fully paperless processes. And the other one on the sustainable mobility side is the EV adoption, which is again a huge topic of discussions with our customers, because increasingly they're all asking for how do we migrate to EVs, not just to help with regulation, but also deliver more environmentally friendly vehicles. So we are actively working with them to not only help them understand how to migrate, but also help them with sourcing and financing of these. And that's part of our pledge to UN SME Climate Hub as well, that by 2050, we want to achieve net zero, not just for Coastr, but to help our customers achieve the same in their businesses. The other two aspects of our focus of our strategies are the connected mobility ecosystem, which I touched upon earlier a little bit, that we are always looking out for partners and how we can work with not just technology partners, but also other kind of industry partners on connecting with them, so that, again, the whole idea here is how can we make data flow ubiquitously across the ecosystem so it can help deliver better services. And some of these align to things like the goals of smart cities and sharing economy, which we are quite prepared to kind of work more actively towards in the future. And the final one is supporting local businesses, which is where our target customer or partner base is always on the SME local businesses. So we have as a strategy, as a company, right from the outset, we had always established that our goal would be to work with the local car rental businesses to equip and enable them to become more competitive. And a lot of our focus and discussions goes on how we can help them become better businesses, but also help them grow and achieve, or overcome barriers to entry in this hugely competitive market. I'll stop there, as hopefully that provides a good overview of what Coastr is and some of the activities and technology or innovation we are working on, and open up to any questions as part of this session.